Mercury is entering Taurus May 10th, 2025, and it'll be there until May 25th of 2025. And this is an astrological game plan for all 12 zodiac signs, so stick around. We're going to go through it nice and quick. It's going to be practical, and you're going to learn how to express your value in the most optimal way possible during this Mercury in Taurus window. So for Taurus, we want to ground you in your own nature. Mercury is able to act as a medium of exchange for the different parts of you during its annual trip around the zodiac. And seeing as there is no more important part than your natal sun, which represents your true spiritual essence, you'll want to channel messages from within at this time. One of the major challenges you'll want to overcome during this period is your urge to merge. Now, this could be with anybody that you consider an intimate friend, a business partner, and especially a romantic partner. I see this urge acted out all the time with my Taurian clients because as the builders of the zodiac, you have the skill set to produce all the beautiful physical values that we see around us. In fact, the most fulfilling thing a Taurus can do is to manifest their true physical values. Often what happens is that your desire to create a soulmate level connection with others leads you to use your skill set to build other individuals' values, not necessarily your own. Have you experienced that? That in your attempt to get closer with others, you end up losing sight of your own values? You end up building up what others want, and only later on discovering that your values were the ones missing in this future that you've been building? Luckily, the natural timing of astrology marches on, and a new opportunity for self-discovery awaits with the upcoming conjunction of transiting Mercury. This is because Mercury is able to reintroduce you to your own values, provided you will listen to the communications within and from the sources of inner comfort, leading you back to yourself. It's time to get out the pen and paper and make that list titled My Values. Doing so will reawaken your connection with your true desires and allow you to stop leaving your comfort in the hands of others. You have so much to give once you stand firm in what you want. And by being clear about what you want, you won't easily give up your long-term plans to unite with others. And the best part is that those who truly believe in your goals will naturally show up to support your true values, not to ask you to build theirs. Making a list of your values will help you remove your dependency on others for comfort and stability, as well as reorient you back towards your true desires. When Mercury enters Gemini at the end of May, we will build on these steps. So stay tuned for my next YouTube video. Gemini, you'll want to solidify and express your truth by solidifying your truth from the past year. Each year of communication and experience reveals another layer of your Geminian truth. Each year you seem to get a little closer to the sacred genius that you have within. Lucky for you, this brief period of time will allow you to be able to express this truth and to do so in a way that reflects your true values. This is not a time for the more structured or logical parts of your nature, but for the instinctual wisdom you carry within, that you can push forth and share with resonant souls. If you've surrounded yourself with souls who have shared values, then you'll have a proper platform for these revelations to occur externally. If you no longer feel that connection with those in your circle, then your true values may be revealed to you personally. If you're experiencing the former, then your truth will be used as a final form of expression for the previous year's growth and understanding. And it can be shared with those on a similar path to create a win-win scenario for all of you. If you're experiencing the latter, then you'll want to use the insights into your values and how they reflect your spiritual nature, and use these as a great filter against non-resonant souls. The reason for this is because as a Gemini, you solve the problems. You solve the problems of those who aren't in alignment with your true values. Then your skills are being used to achieve an end to which you have no share. If you feel confident, then by all means use this time to share your self-development with others and to solidify your position as an authority moving into the next year. If you feel you are overstimulated, then you need to get grounded in your values, and you need to use your own deductive powers to contact your truth once again, and get ready to build a circle of more resonant souls when the sun returns to Gemini at the end of May and heading into the beginning of June. Cancer, annual lessons lead to deeper roots. This transit through Taurus gives you the greatest opportunity to leverage all the wisdom you gained throughout the last 10 or so months. As a Cancer, your emotional compass is the greatest barometer to whether or not you're achieving your true values. Constantly creating a more solid and firm foundation year after year is a sign that you're on the right path. You have the opportunity now to use the knowledge that you've gained in the last 10 months and up to this point in your life to nurture your values into existence. These values, when made manifest, add to the solidity of your Cancerian foundation and become assets for yourself, your home, and your family. The game plan now is to pay less attention to the external events and closer attention to the doors being opened for you to manifest your true values. The opportunities themselves will allow you to use your knowledge to solve problems which are related to these values, thereby overcoming blockages and producing desired manifestations in alignment with your true Cancerian nature. If things are more stressful for you at this time, then it's likely that you've struggled putting words into feelings, and you've likely struggled to honor your true needs and desires. The events that take place will likely serve to break up blockages in your mindset and will seek to shift you back to your own path. The emotional response to the thought forms will be pivotal in letting you know whether or not you are on path right now, or if you're off your true Cancerian course. If you're off course, then the opportunity is one of realignment with yourself and your desires before a new cycle with your zodiac sign and Mercury takes place in about a month. Leo, feedback is your friend. Leo, you're constantly playing the ideal role for everyone, and sometimes it's producing great results for all involved, and sometimes you find yourself missing from the massive production you're putting on. As you express yourself in the world, you gather information in the form of applause from all the people in your life. Are they cheering you on and confirming the joy flowing from your heart as you crush these roles? Or are they demanding you play this role in spite of what it's doing to your spirit? At this point in the annual production of your life, you've collected enough information to decide not only how others are responding to all the roles you've been playing, but also how you've felt while playing them. Hopefully for you, it's been a year where your dreams have been at the forefront, and you've been acting straight from the heart, and the roles you played for others have also been for yourself. If so, then the game plan is to enter the most productive time of expression you may experience all year by becoming even more active in this role. This is a time where all the actions and gifts you share with others are a deep reflection of your true essence and are leading to another fulfilling year. If, on the other hand, you found yourself giving all of yourself to others while receiving very little reciprocation, then this may be the perfect time to correct your course. It's never too late to reorient yourself back to your own dreams. If the current roles you've taken on are suppressing your spirit, are out of alignment with your dreams, and are draining you of your joy, then the others in your life are likely the only ones satisfied with all the energy you're producing for them. The correction in this case will be very much mental, and your instincts will play off of your thought forms and the accompanying mental feedback loops. The good news is that with enough Leonian courage, you can drop these roles, just like a bad habit, and sail off in a more fulfilling direction. In just a few short weeks, there will be opportunities knocking at your door in order to express the true you and to take your life back even further. Don't fight this more active time period because it's setting the stage for a more fulfilling production on the horizon just over a month from now. Virgo, it's not a system, it's a value system. Virgo, your mastery lies in your ability to use your analytical skills in order to create the most efficient systems for the achievement of external results. Without your Virgoan gifts, others would lack the efficiency necessary for massive progress toward their true visions. This window of time is one of the two most creative mental periods for you to take advantage of each year. This particular window, however, is likely more fulfilling. The comfort of your routines, or more importantly, the systems that you use consistently to produce results, becomes a great foundation for creating your values. The key now is to use your knowledge and skill at this point in your life to leverage the physical resources that are at your disposal for the most creative solutions to manifesting your true values and achieving your true goals. If you've been working on something larger than this, then this is the time period where the wheels on the train to your Virgoan fulfillment are greased and you rapidly accelerate. If you've been a little off course, then this window of time will likely bring about the unintended consequences of your actions. And achieving some sort of result will give you the awareness that you need to use your gift of analysis to create more comfortable systems that are more aligned with your soul's true desires and true purpose. Ask yourself, do your systems feel comfortable to you? Are they aligned with your values? Is what you're manifesting what you intended to? There should be a mental flow happening, and if you aren't too overwhelmed, then you may find that these questions are easier to answer while everything is developing more quickly. If you're aligned with your values, then use this creative fortnight to work your systems to the manifestation of your true values. If you're feeling out of whack, then use your analytical skills to correct your foundational systems for external manifestation and get back on path to a future you truly desire with inner comfort as a proper
Libra,
guide.
the question is, are your partnerships producing your values? A couple of times a year, it's necessary to take stock of your partnerships and the teams you have in place. Are they producing your desires? Are you manifesting your true values? This time period is critical before you give more of yourself to the structures in your life. If your values have been compromised as a result of those you've aligned yourself with, then it's time for a serious reevaluation. As the architect of the Zodiac, for the next couple of weeks, you'll want to reaffirm what it is you're even building in the first place. Are the teams you have put in place to produce these values having success? Are there adjustments that need to be made? Are you even reading off your own blueprint? Or are you just empowering everyone else on your journey to manifesting theirs? The process here is simple. First, you'll want to ask some questions, such as, if my partners and I share the same desires and values, are we actually producing them? If we don't share the same values, have I compromised mine to empower them? Have they compromised themselves to build mine? Is this why nothing's getting done? The truth is, if you have to constantly calibrate others to get them moving in the right direction, then you're not in harmony. This window is a brief pause in the personal expression in order to make sure that when you build on top of this foundation, what comes out the other side is what you intended. It may be necessary now to take a break from other people and to reconnect with the overall vision. And you should do this before you enter a more creative space just a couple of weeks down the road. On the other side of this is a more synergistic and optimal output. And if the actors on stage have to be rearranged so that you can regain the harmony in your life, then it'll definitely have been worth it. You can't move forward if you're carrying dead weight. You may be the architect, but someone's still got to swing the hammers and carry the shingles. And now is the time to decide if those around you are truly motivated by the vision that you have on paper, or if you're just paying guys to sit around on the job. Scorpio, you're reaching the heights of self-expression. For a sign that doesn't need words to communicate, the height of self-expression doesn't necessarily mean a verbal exchange, actually. Actually, it's about stepping into your full scorpionic power. You know, the kind that actually produces results in this thing we call the Zodiac. Your spiritual power has been building ever since Mercury was in your sign last October. You contacted your essence as you do annually, and you saw that it was time to give rise to your next level. Hopefully you've used the last 6 months to your advantage and built a greater understanding of your abilities and how you'd like to use those abilities to produce the values you desire out in the world. If you've done a good job of this, then the only thing you have left to do now is to make a decision. This is a time when a brief but necessary external pressure will force you to make a choice to use your abilities in line with your desires. Whatever your idea of fulfillment has been, or whatever it was 6 months ago, needs to be at the forefront of your mind when choosing how you'd like to proceed. Now, more than at other phases of the year, it can become easy to get off course and get caught up in empowering others at the expense of yourself. Leaving yourself on the back burner of the decision-making process will only ensure that your scorpionic power gets used against you. Luckily, Pluto in Aquarius is helping Scorpios break free from toxic situations, but my later Scorpions have yet to go through this phase. of letting go, and it's best to use times like these to remember to put yourself first. Those who truly have your back will be in alignment with your chosen direction and act as supportive forces. When you inevitably end up using your skills to empower these resonant individuals down the road, what will manifest will be a mutually desired outcome instead of a one-side-gets-all affair, in which Scorpio gives everything and gets nothing. If you're having trouble deciding how to proceed to your more fulfilling desires and the mode of expression that will lead you there, remember to tap into your gut and sense what feels right and what doesn't. As a Scorpio, your gut always knows what you should pursue and also what or whom you should let go of. Sagittarius, connect your values to your dreams. Living your dreams, or living your dream, is of the utmost importance as a Sagittarius. To do so, you need to be optimally expressing yourself, exploring and uncovering your own personal philosophy along the way. At this time, you've been on the annual track to greater self-knowledge ever since Mercury went retrograde in your sign last November. Here we are only 6 short months later, and you have to be sure that all that development doesn't get tossed in the wastebasket. How you do this is by slowing down. I know, Sag, a foreign concept, unless of course most of your planets fell in Capricorn when you were born. For these 2 weeks, it's necessary to pay closer attention to your intuition, your inner knowing. What is it saying? Are you actually oriented towards what you value? Are you really on path to your desires, to your destiny, and toward living your dreams? As a Sag, it's easy to get caught up in what you should do, rather than what you know is right for you. With Mercury in Taurus, you'll have a time period where you can pause, reconnect with your values, and then optimize your output. As a Sag, you optimize your output by getting clear on your dreams and, of course, your values, which are things you'd act to gain and keep. Listening to what your intuition is saying and making a commitment to follow your intuition and go after your dreams, regardless of what other people think, is the most optimal way forward. You optimize by using these filters, your dreams and your values, and then learning to say no to all the other options. All the options that don't align with this path that you're on and the outcome you desire to manifest. If you can shed the fat now and get your filters on straight, heading into the end of May, you'll be in a great position to choose your dream when your own personal pathway to self-expression reaches its heights 2 to 4 weeks from now. Don't bother explaining yourself. Just listen to your inner knowing and remind yourself that as a Sag, you don't need the external confirmation of others to validate your decisions and to chase down your dreams. Capricorn, you're accelerating your growth and development. Every year, new insights about your true nature and your true goals are further illuminated with Mercury's trip around the Zodiac. For Capricorns, this upcoming 2-week period is where long-term goals and rock-solid values combine to propel you into a time of ease and economic manifestation. 5 months ago, when Mercury was in Capricorn, you likely caught a glimpse of what the next year should be like for you, how you wanted to express yourself and what you wanted that growth to produce. After a more active time period in the last couple of weeks, you're ready to take your growth to the next level by adding in the stability of your true values, making these the bedrock to your goals, and mastering your virtues by only taking action that aligns with your true Capricornian goals. You're not here to waste energy or time. At this point, your physical resources should be working for you, and only those who share your goals should be in the war room with you, plugging away. If you've prioritized others' emotional states and their goals above your own, then you may find yourself nurturing a never-ending stream of pointless activity. The way out of that mess is to make sure that any interaction is fueled by a goal and that it aligns with your goals as well. The only potential exception at times should be your own children, in which case you want to help your children by sharing their goal and working with them towards those ends. This is one of 2 time periods where results will manifest rapidly, and you'll be able to get to see where all that steady activity has gotten you. You've learned a lot about yourself and your goals since January, and the point now is to apply that self-knowledge toward your own self-development and toward stepping into your role as an authority figure in your chosen area of expertise. The important thing is to ride the wave and see what you're producing. If it's good, we will take steps to preserve that coming up. And if it's not exactly what you hoped for at this point in your annual Mercury cycle, then we will optimize the output coming up at the end of May. Aquarius, you must act to achieve your values. I hope you're stepping into yourself even more fully at this time. You've got a vision, and for you, the awareness of that vision comes from your guides and from your own soul. Once again, it's time to bring forth the ideals others can't imagine. But you can only do that if you dare to be yourself. One of the two most active points in your annual Mercury cycle is now upon you. Taurus is a sign that provides the stability for those unconventional Aquarian visions. Your mental and spiritual concepts are given a physical counterpart, and your form of self-expression is bringing them into existence. To manifest an ideal isn't easy, and sometimes you fixed signs need a little push out the door, and that's exactly what this 2-week period is doing for you. You've been stretching yourself to your limits, and now you're ready to test just how true to yourself you've been up until this point. If you've been seeking the approval of others at this time, then it's likely you're in for a course correction. And communication, for you, may feel draining until you stop engaging with those who bottle you up, or whom you bottle yourself up for. Not everyone is scheduled to keep up with you, and Taurus reminds you to stay true to your own values and allow them to support you as you risk being different from the larger portions of the world. If you won't act on your ideals, then events will force you to recontact them. If you are acting on your ideals, then events will force you to express yourself in ways that reflect those ideals. Either way, you're ready to be you again, Aquarius. The rest of the cycle will reward your ability to stay true at this time. Although this period is very brief, it's very important in the annual cycle of your Aquarian life. Pisces, we must ask, which physical vessels match your vision? The next couple of weeks are a chance to take that Piscean vision and connect it with the physical tools that match the tone of your desired manifestation. As a Pisces, expressing yourself often comes by walking between the worlds, and this is a time to blend the spiritual with the physical in order to open portals between your vision and your values. This is a time when you learn how to take the spiritual essence of your future self and fit it to a form that matches. You can do this by paying closer attention to the images that enter your mind, especially when you have some time alone. Your creative way of perfecting reality starts in these early stages of your Mercury cycle, and then builds up to a more active and practical phase come the end of May. What physical resources feel aligned with your vision? Are they organic? Is it the production of bodily muscle? Is it computers and technological programs? Is it weights at a gym or a pull-up bar at a park? You have to decide what the energy feels like to you, specifically what the energy of these physical resources feels like to you, because it's the essence behind the physical that unlocks the doors to your vision and will serve you best down the road. Aries, we're looking at the inner comfort that supports the inner harmony. Hopefully, as an Aries, the last few weeks has connected you with your own point of view once again. Your desires should have come to the forefront of your mind as Mercury passed through Aries. This is always a pivotal time, the beginning of your new Mercury cycle, which happens right around the time of your annual solar return. The choice is always the same for you, Aries. Take your own side and develop a sense of inner harmony by putting yourself first and your desires first, or you risk overgiving to the point where your desires remain unfulfilled for yet another annum. Luckily, you're listening to this now, and you'll be prepared to take full advantage of the year ahead. The very next step after taking your own side and putting yourself at the center of your own story once again is that you have to solidify your position by taking action that is directly aligned with your true values. To determine what is right and wrong, you have to add a layer of inner comfort on top of that foundation of inner harmony. Inner comfort lets you know what internal and external values are healthy for you and which are not. Expansion of the comfort zone is really more of an alignment
with your true comfort. What I mean by that is, if it's in your nature to be physically fit, then it won't feel comfortable if you can't do 10 push-ups. So if you have gotten away from yourself, and you can no longer comfortably complete 10 push-ups, let's say, then even though the push-ups themselves feel uncomfortable, the real discomfort is a lack in the physical ability which you would deem standard for yourself. Comfort can be tricky that way, but it's an instinctual mode for Aries. Comfort is a proper secondary boundary. Allow your Arian impulses to unapologetically seek out your true comfort, and then to double down on it, so that moving forward in pursuit of your desires becomes effortless, because nothing can compromise you as long as these strong foundations are in place. Then, come the end of May, when Mercury enters Gemini, you'll be able to open up early doors to your destiny by expressing yourself in alignment with your true desires and values, and by having already established healthy boundaries for self-expression.